Hello, my name is Andre Scott, and today I'm going to talk about what art is and why I think it is in my point of view. So, since I was little, a little side anecdote before I began to this whole presentation. In nursery, we used to exit at 12 in the afternoon. It was really early release time, so there would be a lot of free time for me in the afternoons and then like before lunch. So I would go in front of the school, and there would be always this art class that would always be going on, which most students at ASFM attended. Not most, but a large amount, sizable amount. And we did plasticine, we did Crayola, we did paint, we did color with non-toxic, of course, all the good stuff. Um, and then yeah, that was when I first came into contact with art because I never really began to make my art pieces until I entered that class. So I moved on for second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, so on, middle school, high school, and I took these diverse art classes, which were the core ones. But then once I moved into middle school and high school, I chose to take art painting, art drawing, HC art, 2D, 3D, which is basically a conjunction of art everywhere. This is what led me to wanting to choose to become an architect. And but what I believe is that this norm of art, which we are exposed to constantly, is of a painting, of a drawing, of something physical. So for me, what I believe that art is it's quite a complex concept to grasp on. So, but it's not too hard. So just stay with me. So let's say, for example, since art can be considered as music, let's say that there's this one song that you have on your playlist, which you listen back to every so often, because you don't want to play it too often. Because in most cases, once you listen to one song constant, you just get tired of it. So uh, just think back to that one song in the which the first time you heard it and what you felt like the first time. Let's say if it's an electronic dance music song, EDM, um, the drop where the music just came to a pause and then it rose back up. That's the one way to think about when you felt it. What did you feel in that moment? And that feeling is basically the chills going down your spine, your little hairs raising up due to the song. So, what I'm trying to get at here is that art is not necessarily an object, but it's more so that a feeling that gets expressed through the diverse senses. So, let's say, for example, if it's music, well, you're using this sense of sound in order to perceive that sound into you, and then, well, if you like it, you like it, and those chills come up, whether or not you like it, depending. So, that's self-explanatory. When it comes down to an art piece, well, once you look at the piece, let's say, for example, in my case, it would be any piece, the Mona Lisa. You go close in to the piece, and you go out, and then you move to the side, to the left, to the right. If you've ever seen it in person, you know that the picture follows you. It's not a myth. And that sort of sense that you're moving away from the painting, you're moving towards the painting, it's still watching you, just gives you a sense of, at least it gave me, and I'm talking from personal experience because I'm not necessarily focusing on the art object aspect, but I have the background in order to know that that's completely complicated to make the eyes follow you. So therefore, that sense of the chills that give you that it will always be watching you. It's just crazy. So, for example, that was a visual example. Pardon. And then let's say for a touching sensation, let's say your mouth, tasting. Um, Once you see the food that comes to you, your mouth starts to begin to strangle and do all the saliva conjuncting into your mouth, your palates, because they want to taste the food, and once they bring it into you, it's just like, let's say it's a piece of meat, for example. It's warm, it's just rightly cooked, and you feel it's just amazing. It's a terrific sense that you feel inside of yourself. So yeah, that's basically what I feel that art is that sense of euphoric chills that go down your spine, go lift up your little hairs in your arms. And if you ask me what impact does art have on our lives, it just gives us a sense for striving to learn a bit more, I believe. And what do I mean by learn? What I mean by learn is basically to expand your, if it can be called horizons artistically, it is called that because you want the constant. I believe that, in my sense, constant strive for learning more about this art, which is not necessarily an object, a physical object, but it's more so a feeling. You constantly want to gain more of it because it feels it's the I don't want to say the dopamine, but the dopamine that your brain releases once you taste this, once you see this, once you hear this, once you feel this. It's a constant strive for wanting to feel that burst of euphoric sensations inside of you. Um, and yeah, that's why I believe the impact it has in your life. It just makes you feel a certain way, which I mean, it feels amazing, honestly. Once you hear that song, once you taste that food, once you feel this cotton, let's say, once you feel, it's, I believe it's all correlated into the sense that art is not an object, it is a feeling. And once, does it need to have any knowledge or do you have any background on it? Well, no, because you're constantly searching for more of that sensation, what makes you feel happy, which makes you feel euphoric. You're constantly like striving for more. So is it necessary to have knowledge about this sense of art? Because in my concept, it's not necessarily an object. So we don't really need to have a sense of knowledge because, let's say, for example, you're a major rap. You love rap, you love rap, you love rap. You don't hear anything else in rap. Then you hear like an EDM song which has the terrific drop. Well, then you gain the knowledge because you open your horizons and you search for something else that would provide that sense of euphoria. Yeah, exactly. So, do you gain knowledge? Yes. If you look at one and you don't like it, well, you gain. Okay, you don't like that. Perfect. That's fine. You learn from your, not necessarily mistakes, but from your experiences. That's why I believe. And art provides that sense on a bigger scale. So, um, should art be set? Should like society place limits on art? That feeling? I believe no, because at the end of the day, that feeling, I mean, for at least all the people I know, which I cannot say it's a lot or little, but there's 8 billion people in this world. And I can at least for certain say that we all, in a sense, like to be happy, like to feel that sensation of happiness, euphoria. So, should society place limits on art? No, I don't think so. Because at the end of the day, it's just funny quote. At the end of the day, Earth. In order to spell the word Earth, you need art. So without the word art and Earth, it's just. Eh. I believe that's really very true. Very very true. So limits? No. Why? Because we're in constant strive for finding that special something, that euphoric feeling. Thank you.